engaging celebrity interviews, exciting updates from Christian filmmakers, movie reviews so you can choose your movies wisely, and so much more here on Faith on Film with Isaac Hernandez and Holly McClure.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our last show of the year. Holly, do you believe we're at the end of the year?
Another year, Isaac. I know it goes just like that, and it's been an interesting year. It's been a good year, and with some interesting things too. But especially in entertainment, and boy, have we seen the lows with Disney and the highs with some other studios, House of David, some other production companies, Amazon, really taking hold and catching on. So we've got a lot of trends and interesting movies to talk about today, don't we?
We've got a very interesting show, and actually, you mentioned House of David. But there's also a movie that I had, by the way, the privilege of interviewing the director of this animated David movie, Brent Dawson. By the way, folks, if you want to hear that interview, just go to our YouTube channel and look up for show 269, and you can catch that interview. But Holly, you're going to be wanting to talk a little bit about the movie today, aren't you?
Yeah. So let's take a look at the clip, the trailer.
Stronghold of my life, whom shall I fear? Though the arrows may fly by night and by day, I will not be afraid.
Are you ready for a great adventure?
I will not be
Well, I love, David, the animated. I think they've been working on this for, I think they did a crowd raiser, I'm thinking 5-6 years ago. I mean, I've seen it for a while as they began to get crowdfunding to support it and to do it and contribute to it. So it's been a long process, but boy, it paid off. The animation is amazing. Mm-hmm. David is PG. Now, I thought that was interesting. It's not G, it's PG. So I saw it because, of course, my grandchildren are going to see it. They're 5 and 8 and, other kids. And so I wanted to see what it was like. Yeah. It definitely earned the PG rating. All right. It's wonderful. The first half, if you've got a 3, 4, or 5-year-old, they're going to love the first half of it because it's about the little David and little sheep and it's cute. But then he does grow up and then he goes, faces Goliath. And so it transitions then out of the cuteness. So parents, don't take your 2 or 3 or 4-year-old. They're going to sit there for the first 20, 30 minutes and then they're going to be bored. Okay. Because it gets into more story development that your older children will relate with. Your older children will be entranced with and watch. And I say older, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, that kind of older. And it's wonderful. It transitions into Goliath. It doesn't have the scene where David chops off his head. So there are things biblically that it does not do, which I appreciated. They were sensitive to kids. There is a part where there is the enemy that attacks David and his troops, and they're in, scary kind of costumes with sticks sticking out and, symbolizing they're the bad guys kind of thing. I don't think that'll be too traumatic for kids that are 5 and 6 and 7, but, that's probably the edgiest of the scenes. Mm-hmm. And there's battles that are fought, but there's, of course, nothing bloody. It ends where he's not married. It ends where he's younger David. So this is not a long movie about his whole life. It's an hour and 49 minutes, almost 2 hours. That's an hour and 49 minutes. So again, I'm just saying it's good. It's wonderful. It's great. I love it. I love the animation. I love the singing. Phil Wickham, he's the older David. Brandon Ingman, he's the younger David. Both of them do an incredible job, especially Phil Wickham, because he has the musical score and you're going to want to sing along to his songs. Director Phil Cunningham directed it and it was a delight. But again, I say, don't take your little ones. It's not a little child's animated movie. It's not. It's for older kids, to teens, to adults.
You know what? Interesting that you mentioned that because in the interview that I did with, by the way, the other director, there was 2 directors, I asked him about that. I said, this is, of course, an animation. It's a movie that you're wanting for entire families to go see. But the David story is a pretty vicious story sometimes. How did you handle that? Now, I'm not going to tell you what he said, but I am going to tell you to go to our YouTube channel and go to show number 269, and you can hear his answer. He did kind of explain why it is still a movie that, yes, you can go with your family. I'm glad you clarified, though, that from 3 down, maybe not so much.
Yeah, because there was little ones in my audience, and they were yelling, talking, screaming, crying, the whole entire time. I was so annoyed. I'm sorry. I have 9 grandchildren. I love children, but I was so annoyed. I'm like, get up and leave with the kid as you're yelling out, and so other people can appreciate or enjoy the movie. And I just like, okay, I'm going to tell people it's not the little ones. They think, oh, it's going to be a little animated movie. No, it's yes, it's animated, but it's not the kind that you would put a 2-year-old in front of. Definitely
All
not
right.
kids.
Well, next we are going to talk about another movie, Avatar, which I believe you went to see. But before that, we're going to take a quick break to hear from one of our sponsors.
What makes Capernaum Studios different from other movie studios? We believe in empowering filmmakers to make stories that matter, inspire, uplift, and transform lives. From historically authentic sets to state-of-the-art, fully equipped sound stages, we offer immersive LED and green screen stages, ICVFX virtual production, period to modern sets, a first-century village featured in The Chosen, and much more. We provide everything filmmakers need to focus on what matters in making their vision a reality, producing meaningful content affordably without compromising creativity. Discovering what's possible when creativity meets purpose. Capernaum Studios, empowering filmmakers to make dreams a reality.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay, we have the next movie coming up that a lot of you are going to want to see because the theme has been around for a while. Avatar: Fire and Ash. This is the 3rd movie with James Cameron. Now, I don't know if you know this, but he's projected to do 5 of these. I don't know, but this is the 3rd one. So let's take a look at the trailer to see what it's all about.
This is the only pure thing in this world. The fire came from the mountain, burned our forest. My people cried for help. But Eva did not come.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Protect your sisters. Yes, sir. Stay under cover. What does that always say?
Sully stick together.
No, the other one.
Sully never quits.
That's right. Sully's never quit.
How do you still live?
What if every human being on Earth could live here without a mask? Then the Na'vi people will be gone.
Whoa.
You want to spread your fire across the world. You need me.
We must fight! I call upon the warrior mother. I'll kill you! I swear!
Wow, Holly, that was a lot of action in that trailer.
It is. Fire and Ash, Avatar Fire and Ash is PG-13, okay? So they're keeping it, safe for teens. Mostly it's the action. Of course, it's this visual, world. So there was no real blood and gore type of thing. Although, there are battle scenes, a lot of action, a lot of battle. It takes place in the water world, but it also takes place in the fire and ash world of a new enemy. It's got Zoe Saldana, Sam Worthington, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang. Now we love Stephen Lang. Why? Because he was in the House of David. He was Samuel in the House of David, and he plays the character in this. So there's a whole cast that have come back. They've talked about how this is such an amazing project to be involved with. And James Cameron says, listen, I'd love to do 4 and 5. I don't know if, I'll make it. And he's getting up in his years. So he's hoping to. These movies take a long time to do. But it's still a good, my kid, it's still a good movie to go see. My daughter and my grandkids are excited to make it their Christmas movie to go see. So they're going to go as a family. Again, people have been watching these for a decade now. So they're very involved and, with good reason. Fire and Ash, again, PG-13. Not for maybe little ones, unless they can say it's 3 hours and 17 minutes. 3 hours and 17 minutes. So it's not for the little ones to go sit there for a long time. Remember that. PG-13 is for a reason. Parental guidance 13 and up.
I'm not a little guy, but I'm not sure I can handle 3 hours. But let me ask you now. I know it's not a faith movie. Okay, it's not a Christian movie, a faith-based movie, faith adjacent, whatever.
Not at all. Not at all.
But from a faith perspective, what would you say? I mean, is it something that would offend somebody from a Christian perspective?
Well, Avatar was a dream that James Cameron had when he was younger, and he took this dream and created this movie and this world. And so their religion is the mother, and they attach their tails and they attach it to the tree of life, and then this tree they feed into, and they get reborn through it. So it's that religion. If that doesn't offend you because you realize it's not a real religion and you realize it's a fake world, I mean, obviously their faith is important to these characters, their world, their belief, their preserving nature, preserving what's the world and not destroying it. And that is the theme that the Fire and Ash people want to destroy it. So that's the theme, to keep it and not be destroyed, which, we can relate to as far as that. But yeah, no, it's completely a worshiping their God, their mother God. And you just realize it's a fake movie and it's animated and it's just a movie. So I wasn't offended by it because it's that world. It's not trying to, relate it to the religions of this world. So, I think everyone can appreciate that.
All right. Yeah. I was just asking because I know what some people are like. And, sometimes they,
yes,
unless it's a completely Christian type movie, they
right.
Why are you talking about it?
And there is language in this movie. So I will say there is language, okay? And the characters, they're, the animated Blue and other color characters are skimpily dressed, but that's that creature. So I can't imagine that's going to... Listen, if you've seen 1 and 2, you know what it looks like. So, qualify there.
All righty. Well, guess what? We're going to take another break to hear from another one of our sponsors, to which we are so grateful for, by the way. So here, take a look at this break.
When the Jesus movement swept across the world 50 years ago, churches were divided against themselves. Based on a true story, Jesus Freaks is both a new book and a motion picture by writer and director Nina May. It's the story of 2 college kids who discover love, faith, and the power of the Holy Spirit changing lives around them. Follow their lifelong journey through spiritual awareness and supernatural encounters while embracing the power of the Holy Spirit in their lives.
I'm not a sex symbol, but I am an entertainer.
I don't want to be a hairdresser. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to be able to say, look at me, I made it.
Look at the night.
You're supposed to be Loretta Lynn?
Oh, Patsy Cline. My boobs were just a bit bigger. I could be Dolly.
You're blonde?
Oh boy, am I.
I can begin to know when.
You know who you'd be perfect for? Neil Diamond.
We fill it up with only 2.
We should call ourselves Lightning and Thunder.
That is not very professional of me, but I've been wanting to do it for like a whole...
You're gonna do a Neil Diamond show?
A Neil Diamond experience.
Lightning and Thunder! Reaching out.
Sold out shows.
What's a Pearl Jam?
You don't know who Pearl Jam is?
I guess we're opening for Pearl Jam.
We were so close.
Lightning is nothing without you.
Can't live for you, brother. There's always that one friend you can't say no to.
I hope I'm that friend.
Everything's still really scary, but if you're there with me, we can be lightning and thunder again. I am not afraid anymore.
Here we go. Sweet Caroline. Good times never seem so good.
It's good.
So good.
We're all here doing the best we can. And if we can just be strong and above all be grateful, maybe we can just make the world a better place.
I've been inclined to believe they never would, but now
Are you good? Are you ready?
Real huge, baby. Hey, just to warn you to make it loud.
Neil Diamond. Wow, that takes me way back. Holly, what do you think of this movie?
Way back. I mean, to high school way back. It's like, first. Okay. Growing up, my favorite song, Holly Holy. You can see why Holly Holy, when he would sing that. And then when it was popular, and my friends, and they're like, Holly, they'd always sing that around me. So, I mean, Neil has been part of my life because of that song title. But of course, I was excited to see this movie, Song Sung Blue, starring Hugh Jackman. And amazingly enough, I was surprised at Kate Hudson because she's the daughter of Goldie Hawn. And although I've seen her in rom-coms, this was the first musical where she really gets to shine. Song Sung Blue is rated PG-13. It is 2 hours and 13 minutes, but it is one that I didn't want it to end. I was enjoying it so much. It's got a language and a couple of scenes. They're in their underwear. It's in context with the story. It's not a sexual scene. It's not out of context, but it's a quick scene, but it's not offensive. It's like you're seeing someone in a bathing suit, just, phrasing it like that. This is the story of lightning and thunder. It's a true story. A Milwaukee husband and wife team. They love the Neil Diamonds. They did a tribute to him. Their group soared at that time period. They were very popular in that area. They were playing bars, restaurants, stages. Now, if you're a fan of Neil Diamond, this is an amazing journey. Okay, he sings all of the songs and most of them that you want to hear. Hugh Jackman does an amazing job with it. Really, it was beyond better than what I expected. He is phenomenal. And of course, who hasn't sung Sweet Caroline at a wedding or a football game? So even if your kids or young teens or people, which I ran across 30-year-olds who didn't know, even if they don't know Neil Diamond, they'll know Neil Diamond songs. So I think it's something you can pull them to. If you're a fan of Hugh Jackman, you're not going to be disappointed. Like I said, he delivers on every aspect. Also, as an alcoholic, also as someone who's gone through, he's like 20 years sober, but he constantly has to remind himself that he's fighting that all the time to better his life. He's a character that's wanting to try to make himself better, and that's his whole journey. And then he meets Kate Hudson's character, Thunder, who she's singing when he first meets her, and then he asks her to join him, and they just fall in love. And it's the wonderful story of this couple. Kate Hudson goes from this beautifully singing and shining to going through a tragic accident that literally almost took her life. And it's coming out of that accident, the addiction to the pain medications, overcoming what she has to overcome, which is amazing. In real life, this woman overcame it. And it's how she comes back and they still get together again and do their job. So it's a journey, happy at the beginning. You go through some painful moments, but it's a happy ending. And it's a powerful story of love, redemption, togetherness, family, taking care of the children. Family was everything to him and her. And it's just so nice to see the PG-13 again. It makes it safe for mature teens to adults. And if your kids go, who's that? Who's Neil Diamond? Take him. I think they'll appreciate several of those songs that they'll recognize and go, oh, I know that song. And I think it's a tribute to a lost culture. I mean, we're so involved these days with the latest groups, the latest people, that we're so involved with this that sometimes we need to respect and I think look back at the journey that those artists made. So anyway, again, Song Sung Blue, PG-13, mature teens or teens to adults, you're going to enjoy it.
You mentioned another song there besides your favorite, but you mentioned Sweet Caroline. Now, I love cruising. Me and my wife tend to go on cruises for our vacation, and I tend to like to go to the karaoke events that they have. And one of the most popular songs is Sweet Caroline. Sweet
Caroline.
Oh my gosh, it seems like everybody just wants to get involved in that, ba ba ba.
Yeah.
It's so popular, and I've never
Every wedding. Every wedding. I went to, my niece's wedding, and they did it there. I talked to my daughter. She goes, "Mom, we just went to a wedding. They do it there." It's the song that gets everybody up and going and participating in. So it's kind of one of those that you rally around over that song. And Neil Diamond, I mean, what a class act. Hugh Jackman got to meet him, and he said that Neil Diamond said to him, "You did good, kid." And he said, "Okay." And he got to go over to his house, and he goes, "We got to karaoke together. I got to sing with Neil Diamond." So the ultimate gift for him, and Kate Hudson knows Neil Diamond as well. So Neil did approve of this. The real Thunder, the real woman who plays in real life was able to go to the premiere, and she got up and sang with both Kate and with Hugh. And so it's been a sweet story. Critics are bashing it. Don't pay attention to critics. They're probably 20 years old and don't even know who Neil Diamond is anyway. So don't pay attention to them. This is a good movie. I loved it, and you'll love it too.
That's right. Listen to us old people.
That's right.
Well, Holly, we've got about 7 minutes left. Now, Christmas is behind us a little bit, I know, but we just can't seem to let go of it. I mean, look, Christmas sweater, you got red. Is there some movies that you want to let us know that maybe are out during this Christmas season? Maybe they're Christmas movies, maybe they're not, like a couple of these, but anything you want to share with us about the movie season, the Christmas season?
Absolutely. And also remember that we did think Christmas is 25th of December and done, but there's a lot of religions and people who celebrate Christmas into January and continue celebrating the second, third week into January. So it kind of lasts all season. Of course, this is the year end where studios are putting all their films, and Sweet Caroline is opening on Christmas Day. Of course, there's other, David is opening Christmas. So there's a lot of other ones that are opening around this time. The Avatar. This is when the studios are introducing the smaller films too. And that'll go into the first year because Oscar consideration. But, I like to say those old faithful ones. I love, of course, Elf. I love Family Man. That's in the 90s with Nicolas Cage. I'm telling you, that's as close to It's a Wonderful Life as you can get on a modern version. But I love Tia Leone, Nicolas Cage. If you have not seen that movie, Family Man, it's about the guy who's rich and single and doesn't care about being with anyone, and he's thrown into an old relationship, and he sees the beauty of Christmas. Talk about the story of love and the real spirit and family and how important that is. That's a good one. The Christmas Chronicles. Kate, talk about Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. I love the Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. What else do I have? Miracle on 34th Street, both of them. Those are amazing. Jingle All the Way. Well, I did the junket to that and interviewed Arnold, and I got the Jingle All the Way doll. I still have it. So I have the Jingle All the Way doll. I was able to do that. Die Hard. Okay, it's a controversy, but everyone says it's a Christmas movie, Die Hard. And White Christmas, how can you not do that? And It's a Wonderful Life should be at the top of your list. I've seen it 1,000 times probably, but I still cry, and it still touches me. So, I mean, if those of you haven't seen all those movies, maybe there's some younger people who haven't, take a look because they're worth it.
Yeah, I've also been taking a look at some of the new Christmas movies that either Hallmark has been putting out or, what is it, Family, the other network that split out from Hallmark Channel with...
Yes, yeah.
I've been watching some of their movies, and I just love them. I tell my wife, they can be a little corny. They can be very exactly all the same, but it still feels like a cup of hot chocolate to me.
I can barely watch them because I can figure out the plot. I already know the plot.
I know.
30 minutes in, I'm like, okay, this is going to happen. She's going to do that. And it's so hard, but I get what you're saying. There's so many people that love this.
A cup of hot chocolate, you already know what it's going to taste like, but man, it feels so good going down.
And traditions mean we open presents the night before. My daughter and son, 2 sons, still do that with their kids. They open up one present the night before. They open the rest Christmas morning. I wrapped all my children's papers in different, they have their own paper. So when they came Christmas morning, their stack was their own and they knew what it was. Well, all my kids do that with their kids now. They put the one color paper for each child so they know their paper. It's fun to see the traditions that my mom did with me, and it's fun to see what I did with my kids carried on down through the other kids. Christmas Story, Luke 2 through 8 through 20. I memorized that as a child. I read that to my kids. My kids read that. What were some of your traditions, Isaac?
Ours was a little different, perhaps. Of course, as a Latino, we have our own Christmas way that we celebrate. And one of the big ones was that since I was a kid, we would open our presents on Christmas Eve at midnight. All right. So we couldn't wait till the morning of Christmas Day. We just, and I don't know how it started, but we would open up on Christmas, and we continued that with my kids. And then we even continued that with my grandkids for a short period. And the reason that we stopped doing that was this. They would open up their presents at midnight, but then they didn't want to sleep.
And want to play with him. I would want to play with my kids.
They would want to play till 2, 3 in the morning or so. And we realized now that we're old, we can't hang that late. We want to go to bed. So we changed that and we said, no, we're going to open up Christmas presents in the morning. In that way, you guys should all go to sleep by 9 o'clock so you can wake up early in the morning. That worked.
That worked. We used to run down and say, wake everybody, it's Christmas, like really early, and kids do that. But at least parents have had a few hours. I don't know if I could have done that midnight thing. That's I've never heard of that.
When we were kids, it was cool. When we got older, not so much.
Not so cool.
Now, I have another personal tradition that I've been doing now for many, many years, and that is that I go crazy with lighting out in the front yard. And when I say crazy, I'm like Chevy Chase on Christmas Vacation. I mean, I just put lights everywhere and figurines and whatever.
You can see it from space. Your house lights up.
But and what happens is we go to the stores after Christmas, like January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever, because all things go down to about 90%. And that's where we buy a lot of stuff, Christmas lights. I'm into the lights up. And then we use them the following year. But that way we purchase them very cheap.
How smart was that?
My Christmas tradition.
How smart is that? I want to see a picture. I want to see how this looks. I want to see your house, your family vacation, Christmas vacation house.
Yeah, I won't need a flash.
I love that.
We got like a minute left. You got anything you want to tell our viewers on this last show of the year?
Yeah, we just appreciate your support. We appreciate you watching us on Faith on Film TV. I've had so many people really come up to me and say, yeah, I've seen your show. We've watched it. We love it. We check it out to see. We appreciate that. And we appreciate the sponsors for our show, Capernaum Studios. Isaac, I know you have a couple of new sponsors that we brought on. We appreciate the sponsors. We appreciate your support, your feedback, letting us know what you think, letting us know what you want. And we just appreciate, we hope each and every one of you has had, if you've had a rough year or a good year, whatever it's been in 2025, we pray that 2026 will be a blessed year. We are excited about what's to come. God's got great things in this coming year, and we're excited about that.
Yes, he does. Well, we want to invite you to, of course, check out our website, faithonfilmtv.com. That's faithonfilmtv.com. And you know what? Write us a little note. Maybe let us know how we're doing. Maybe we're not doing so good. No, if we're not doing so good, don't write us. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't write us that.
Tell us how we're doing.
Tell people to write us that. I don't want to write that.
No, just write us and let us know how we're doing. We just want to hear where you're at and who's watching us. So that'd be great. Write us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. And of course, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at faithonfilmtv. Holly, till next
Happy
year.
holidays. I'm going to say happy holidays. I love saying that. I never can say it enough. Merry Christmas.
See y'all next year.
Write to us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. Also, go to our YouTube channel, Faith on Film TV, and hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications on our latest Faith on Film shows.